Page 74, Clair de Lune, last piece in the book. This is from a suite by Debussy, very famous piece. I did a performance of this on my other channel. I'll put a link in the description. There's a whole lot of performances. You'll find recordings of professionals. You hear a lot of different interpretations. It's really interesting how different people will interpret the same thing differently. Well, let's talk about this piece. I'm going to start with the right hand. Their fingering at the beginning is fine. This is in 3/4 time, the way this arrangement is written. That's fine. It's not always going to be in 3/4 time, but it's starting out in 3/4 time. C major, it's fine. I can deal with that. And it's like here at the beginning. Gentle. It says very soft, and I'll come back to that. Never mind. Just it's legato. Connect everything as best you can. And the second line, lift up for the quarter rest. And then in the second measure, the second line is 4/4 time. And then it goes back to 3/4 time. And this thing is going to be changing. Well, again, when you change time signatures, you need a constant to hold everything together, and that's the beat. All right, on this piece, it's quarter notes. So regardless of the time signature, the quarter note is going to be the same speed. So once I have that 1, 2, 3, it's just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So it doesn't matter what the time signature is. The quarter note is constant. So in the second line, it's here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So you just got to get in the ties in there too. Then the third line isn't bad. Just follow it and finger it like they're saying. Just remember the tie. It's important. And the last line is fine too. It's no big deal, I hope. You have a 2/4 at the end, but again, the quarter note is constant. So the last three measures there is a tie, and then it's 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, and then it goes on. At the top of page 75, this ugly looking thing, the hands are taking turns. The right hand's going to play the EG down here, and then the EG up here. And you're back to where you were doing before, the 18. Go down to the fourth line. Here, the right hand's way up here on an AE. Bring out the top note. And then each across this line, the melody's the top note. Bring it out if you can. And the next line, almost the same, different notes. I do a 1/4 on that one, not a 1/5. So I can do a 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. I'm simply trying to finger that top line legato. I mean, there's other fingerings you can use, so if you like a different one, go for it. But I just want it to be legato. So I'm starting out with 1/4, not 1/5. On page 76, now we're here. 1, 2. We're in 2/4 time here. 1, 2, then back to the here. And then second line. Just keep the quarter note beat constant. Third line. Reach up to the little finger. And then last line, it's a 1, 2. They're saying 4, 5, and then here. That's okay, you can do that because the pedal will help you out. But you can also do a 1, 3, 4, and then 1, 5, and do it with your fingers too. And those notes is a CG, goes way up there, and then over on page 77. But these are eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, and the right hand's playing the RH ones, and they're going to be different, so you watch out. Second line, second measure, B flat, and then you do the third line's going to be repeated. Now in the fourth line, they're saying 1, 3, 4, but on the second one I recommend a 1, 2, and then a 3, and then a 4, And then you can do here if you want. The pedal's going to connect it. It's up to you. And this is, make this real soft. You're real soft. And at the end, the notes are here, but it's an 8VA, so you're up here anyway. You're going to here. Now let's go do the left hand. The left hand has a lot of important stuff to do, although a lot of the melody's in the right hand. So at the beginning, this is melody the left hand's playing, this first note. So it's going to be the same loudness as the right hand. So, and each one of these is sort of important on this beginning. Go ahead and play the left hand the same loudness as the right hand. Just keep them the same. I don't like their fingering there. I would prefer to start with a 4-1 at the beginning, not a 3-1. And then I can do a 3-2 for the F-A flat. And then back to a 4-1, 4-2, then lift up to a 2-1, and then a 3-1, 4-2, and then again. And then their finger's fine then. It's just the first line I didn't like. Bottom line there on page 74, it's the fourth measure over. That is an E, G, A. And that's tied. And then the last measure is a. And be careful because you got to come from here to the next note is here. Here. It's a slow piece, you can do it. It's a little awkward. I don't really have anything to offer you. Just move. And then the left hand also plays the E-G, that measure. And hang on to that. That's tied for a couple measures now. And then the fourth measure over, back to bass clef. And then 1, 2. And then next line is here and up here. Down. Oh, this is great. You're doing great now. Third line, second measure is an E, B flat, C for the whole note. And then now on the fourth line down, you have a D, an octave lower. It's got an 8VA under it. It's here. And then treble clef. Now on this part, the bottom note is actually melody. It's playing along with the right hand top note here. We want to hear those two notes, so bring that out. And I use a 3-1 for the CF because it's easier than to reach the half note. And then again, the AVA under the D. Treble clef again. And again, you're duplicating the melody up on top. I do a 2-1. This is the last two measures. It's a 4, and then a 2-1, and then a 3-1, and then a 4, 3-1, 5. I'm just trying to play it legato. Like so. That's what I'm trying to do. Then on page 76, you can't hang on to the G for the full time. I'd like to. So we're going to have to let go of it. So go ahead and put thumb on the F and then cross over. And then down. Now you can hang on to the... You're only hanging on to it for one measure. It's here. Next measure, again, I'd like to hang on to the A, but we can't. So you have to let go of it when you play the G. Then you can hang on to the B just for one measure, and then here, and I do the chord 3, 2, 1 because all of that is one chord, and that's how I. And next measure, hang on to the D. Now they would cross over here. I tend to play a 2 on the A. There's other ways of fingering this, but if you like a different fingering, go for it. Otherwise, here, and then you're going to lift up. And then E flat, and then the D, F, G, and then here. And that takes us to page 77. And that says 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Just real smooth, real gentle. And then the last one, I do a 4 on the B flat and a 2 on the E flat. But if you want to do their fingering, that's fine too. I don't care. And then going on. What's the notes? And again, the fourth line, I do a 5-4-2, but their fingering is fine if you'd rather. And then the last line, the third measure, the left hand, and then here. And I do a 5-2 here because I'm in this position. So work out the hands one hand at a time and then put them together gently. So at the beginning we're here. This comes in on beat 3, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, tie, 2, 3. 3, 1. See how that worked? We're slowly here at the top of page 75. Here, 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 and we want this legato. Connect these. And then you're holding the left hand down. 3. Now hold the right hand down. 2, 3, tie, 2, 3. And the left hand, that's an E, C. 2, 3. The left hand's tied over. 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. Now here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in 4/4 time. So we were in 4/4 time in the measure before. Let's do the third line again because we're going back and forth between 3/4 and 4/4. It's weird. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Just keep the beat going. Page 76. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And you lift up for the rest in the left hand because you need to move anyway, so it's here. And then an E flat, and then roll all of these one at a time. How fast you go is up to you. You can hear recordings of this, you get ideas. Different people roll this at different speed. And then here. And then this page 77. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. And again. Repeat it. This line is repeated. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. You're going to hang on to the left hand. And then the last line is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Connect all these together. And 5 of those notes at the end or one at a time. How fast you go is up to you, but that's it. Then you hang on to that for a while, and that's the piece. Then you add the pedal when you get all that worked out. I haven't talked much about dynamics, but I'm going to try and do that and the pedal at the same time. We'll see what happens. This piece, we do blur stuff. It's the atmosphere of the piece. We want this to be a very mystical, foggy type experience. However, there has to be a limit to the fog. We're not going to blur everything. At the beginning, they're holding the pedal down for the first few measures here. So it's here. Push it down right after you play the notes. And hold it down, then overlap the pedal. So change the pedal after you play the notes in the next measure. Each time you do this, overlap the pedal. Remember, this is very soft, it's supposed to be. Page 75. I changed the pedal here. They say not to, but I do. I don't like it. I don't like that much sound, so I change it, but it's a personal thing. It's up to you. So the last three measures, I change it there, but you don't have to. And then going on. I change it at the last measure here. When I go to the C, I change it because I don't want all that smeared. So the last 3 measures here, here, and then go on. Now, you can pedal it like they're showing you. They're pedaling all the way through these last 2 measures. I like to clean this up just a little bit because we're about to change to another thing, so I'm sort of changing things a little bit. So here, I lift up, I don't pedal the first beat in that last measure, is all. So I'm not smearing, it's cleaning it up a little bit. And then when I go on, this is all very soft and pedal the whole thing. Change the pedal in the last 2 beats there. Basically, we're hanging on to this note all the time we're doing this. Very soft. Top of page 76. Now we've been crescendoing. Did you notice that? I just kind of do it out of habit on this as I'm going up. As this bottom, I just kind of play each one just a hair louder. It's building up the intensity here. So when I get to the last, the 3rd line. Now this like the sun has come out, huh? Now it gets softer, softer. Listen to it die away, and then the next chord play a little softer than the dying away, whatever level it's at, a little softer than. And now we're back to soft. And again, it's overlapping pedal with each measure. Second line, you're coming up crescendo to the B flat and the right hand. And then come off on the C. And I let the pedal up here. I don't pedal the last measure of the 2nd line. I want to clear all that sound out before I go on. So to do the 2nd line, it's like that. Let that die away, and then Sweep back down. Legato pedal. And you're just blurring everything together here. And then on the last line, now you can change it and then pedal all the way to the end. Very soft. And I slow down. It's up to you whether you slow down or not, but I tend to. And then you let that die away. And then lift the keys up, and then slowly lift the pedal up and let the sound fade out. Beautiful. And that's the piece.